Hamzed, sort out a loan move for Turpy, will you please, mate? Hello? Zayanetti, what's going on? You're unhappy? Why are you unhappy? I did receive a bid from Tottenham for you, yeah. It was only 6.5 million, mate. They don't value you. Well, if they'd offered 15, I would have let you go. That's too much. Well, what about 10 million? 7.5. Hello? Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 13, Episode 8 here at H&W Welders on The Impossible Dream. And today we have a Shield final, and I don't think you suit up for a Shield final, do you? This, got to take these things seriously. So it's the County Antrim Shield final against Linfield, and then it's going to be, I forget who it is we're playing in the league. 1 second. Coleraine in the league as I sneakily check and edit out the a look at the schedule there. But the big news since last episode, with the transfer window open, is Zayanetti is attracting a lot of interest. We can see here in the dynamics, he's disappointed at not being able to join Tottenham, and we do have a small problem. He is actually unhappy, and the reason that he's unhappy is I sort of had a word to him after I rejected their bid, and he wants to go, and you can't really blame him, I suppose. You can see there, Everton, Watford, Espanyol, even Mallorca, and Real Sporting are all still interested in him. And, well, what we did is we said that we'd let him go for a fee. And that fee was initially going to be 15. He didn't like that. I said 10. He didn't like that. And so I said 7.5. And he still didn't like that. So there we go. Let's hope we're his favoured personnel. So let's hope that, he's generally happy other than the fact he wants to join Tottenham now. He's had his head turned. So let's just hope that he gets over it and we don't have to lose him. While we're here, we'll have a look at the rest of the dynamics. If we have a look at the hierarchy, generally speaking, he still supports me. So, he can't be that upset. But look at that. Lots and lots of support. Only Lutit, who's in on loan, that doesn't support me, but that's okay. And he'll be off anyway. And, yeah, the dressing room, we're still a little bit segmented for my ideal liking, but it's not too bad. Now, you may notice another name down here in the other section. That is because we have signed a new goalkeeper. I'm kind of seeing the writing on the wall with Zayanetti, and I wanted to make sure that we protect ourselves a little bit. So this is our new guy, Mirko Amstadter. He's 18 years old. He's a promising goalkeeper. We got him from Germany. Where did we get him from Germany? From Stuttgart. 150 grand. He was transfer listed there. He looks like he's mostly been playing in their second team. Now, he's very eccentric. Got there. What is wrong with me? And he has a terrible first touch. His positioning isn't great, but he does have a lot of room to grow. And, well, we're still in that situation where we can't get, obviously, ready to go excellent goalkeepers. His passing isn't great as well, but he should be okay. He should be okay. So we've got him in. He's sort of back up to the backup right now, Infinity. But if we can sell Finity this window, we might look to do that. And that way, his game time can go to Amstadter, and we can start and kick him on a little bit, just in case, the if or when Zanetti does indeed decide to leave us. So that's, yeah, that's the transfer that we've done. And of course, as a reminder, we do have another goalkeeper coming in sort of in the summer, another promising goalkeeper in Hammerstrom. Now, what that's going to mean is we basically, all things being even, my plan is that Zayanetti, Amstadter, and Hammerstrom will be our three goalkeepers, and Zayanetti will be number one. The other two will give them sort of cup games, and obviously they'll be playing in the reserves, and we'll just try and bring them both along, and whoever gets there first will be will be our man. So that is the plan for goalkeepers moving forward. But let's hope we can keep Zayanetti, and we just have to worry about backups, not one of these guys becoming our number one. Now, there are some games to catch you up on since last episode. The first one was our first game in the Irish Cup this season. It was against Wakehurst, who are a third-tier side. So let's see what we did to them. McKay crossed for Baji to give us the lead. Ozioma put the ball on Turpy's head for our second. And the known goal made it 3-0 at half-time. Ozioma smashed in a first Welders goal on the hour mark. And then picked out McKay for our fifth. Turpy made it 6-0. And Gill slipped McKay in behind the defence for our seventh. Before McCracken completed the scoring. So we were just far, far too good for them. We as you would hope and expect us to be. We gave Sweeney a game as the number 10. It didn't really work for him. I think we may have wasted our money on this one. Yeah, what did we pay? $3.50 for him. One thing, the other thing I may be thinking of doing with him, but he lacks the heading ability. Is there a ball-playing centre-back in there? But he doesn't have tackling either. So I just think we might call it on that one. And the other new name you may have seen there is Weatherup, that we gave a debut to at right back. Now, this guy came through our academy. He is a promising fullback as well. And, well, he's developing nicely, and he played well. Again, as you'd expect him to, but he's only 16, and the signs are there that we might have got a very good player through our academy in Ryan Weatherup. So that is that. We've got our next round, and I believe it's Carrick Rangers we have in the next round. I'll have to double check that. But we go back to league action now. It was against Ballymena. Let's see what happened there. We fell behind in the second minute. But Armstrong split the defence for McKay to quickly have us level. Brady found McDade in the second half to give us the lead. Before Tommy Martin made it 3-1. McDade played in Brady for our fourth. And then found Lake all alone in stoppage time to complete the scoring. So McDade all over the shop in this one. Goals, assists, he was wonderful. We weren't great in the first half, to be honest. We struggled a little bit, but second half we really did, well, 4 goals. You know, you can't complain about that. Armstrong and McDade, as you can see, were fantastic. Everybody else maybe struggled a little bit, but 3 points, 5 goals, wonderful stuff. And next up, it was Crusaders. Miss Kelly gave us an early lead. Resnicek picked out McKay to make it 2 goals in 4 minutes. And Picasso made it 3-0 at half-time. Miss Kelly got his second. And so did Picasso to complete the scoring. So we were excellent in this one. We really did play well. Now, I experimented a little bit up front. I tried Picasso and Gill as a duo. Picasso as a deep-lying forward, and then Gill as a shadow striker, sort of trying to get around it, or play around him kind of thing. And they did okay, to be honest. Picasso got a double. Miss Kelly with a double from midfield, and McKay with a goal as well. Yeah, so there was, considering there was an experiment taking place, I was quite happy with how it went. You may notice here, McLean, this is the young right winger. We've been giving him a little bit of game time, just trying to kick him on a little bit. If we could get him to be a sort of a first team backup quality player, then that would be helpful for us. Sort of looking to take over maybe the Bargy role, but we'll see. But just because he came through the club, basically, he's a club-trained player. But yeah, that was all excellent. Another 5 goals. Next up, it was newly promoted Ballymena. I feared for them a little bit with the goal-scoring form we were in, so let's see what happened. Vogler put us in front, and McDade crossed for Lake to make it 2-0 at half-time, before McManus got our third. So just the 3 goals in this one. We were by far the better team, but we didn't actually play well. We had one of those games where everyone looked sort of nervous and complacent, and yeah, we just kind of went through the motions, but the motions were more than good enough to get past Ballymena. So that is good. And yeah, let's have a look and see what all that means for the league table. You can see we're in excellent goal-scoring form recently. And if we go and have a look at the league table, Larne have dropped off to the point where even though they have a game in hand, they are behind Linfield in the table. So they've had, yeah, quite the crapping of the bed. You can see they've lost to Linfield and also Glentoran. And yeah, so the league is suddenly looking much, much more comfortable for us. And yeah, you can see all the other cups there. We know we've got Marseille coming up in Europe. We have got, it is Carrick Rangers in the next round of the Irish Cup. And then we've got a final against Larne in the League Cup coming up shortly. We've got the County Antrim Shield final today against Linfield, and Dundee United in the Caramel Wafer Cup semi-final, which again is upcoming in a couple of weeks, I think. But a quick update too maybe on McDade and his goal-scoring exploits. He's having yet another wonderful season for us. 29 goals from 20 league appearances. He's approaching 200 league goals for the club. He's going at more than a goal a game. Well, certainly throughout his career, but definitely with us. And I mean, you run out of things to say about McDade, don't you? He is just absolutely different class. But let's have a look and see what we're doing here in the Shield final against Linfield, and we're expecting a bit of a bus park, a 5-4-1 formation from them. And this is the team that we're sending out. We're going full strength. We're not stuffing around. We want this. It is Zanetti in goal. It's Ellis, it's Kidd, Martin and Hill as the back four. Atwell and Miss Kelly in midfield. Scully, Armstrong and McKay. In behind, Picasso up top. Atwell's on a heavy match load. That's fine. He'll be fine. And then you can see the bench there. We've got Finity, Lewis, Monaghan, Brady, and Gill. Finity, you'll notice, is wanted by Southampton. If we can, as I said earlier, if we can get a fee for him, I'm open to selling him. But, well, only if we get the right fee. So we can see the team sheets there. We have McGreevy of our former players, also Jitter. But it looks as though that's it. So that's fine. And what do we want to say to this? Just go out there, relax, boys. The result should come, and we'll point our fingers, say we have faith in you, and get out there. Now, in terms of other bids that have come in through the window so far, we have had a little bit of interest in Armstrong. We haven't been sort of threatened yet that we're going to lose him. He is so far happy to stay, and when the bids have come in, I think that maybe the biggest club was Real Betis, but he said that he has no interest in joining them. He's happy at the Welders, so can you imagine? Turning down a La Liga side to stay playing for the Welders here at the magnificent Tillysman Park. But yeah, that's what's happening. So yeah, he's the only one really. You may have noticed Resnicek's name in the review there. He's back fit. To be honest, he's kind of lost out that deep line playmaker role to Atwell, who's done really well since he came in. And McGreevy over the bar early on here. Whether that is the case in Europe, the thing that Finity has going for him, Resnicek has going for him in Europe is that jumping reach and the fact that he's very good at defending from a set piece. So, yeah, that obviously goes against Atwell for him in Europe, but we'll wait and see. Now, what is going on here? Come on, boys. We're half an hour into this game. We haven't had a highlight yet. We saw the way they're setting up. They are very defensively minded, so they're going to try and make it difficult for us here. What we might need to look to do is McKay goes on a little bit of a run. It's blocked away, but Atwell has it. Can he pick out a pass now? He goes back to Ellis, to Atwell. Can he get on one of those cross-field balls of his? He goes relatively short to Miss Kelly. Nice ball there for Armstrong. Picasso, McKay to Ellis. Atwell, something's going to happen here, surely. Armstrong, can he split the defence? Ellis to Atwell. Atwell has a goal! Oh, Jeffrey Atwell! What a way to score your first Welders goal! It was patient play on the edge of the penalty area, and Atwell has unleashed a goal worthy of winning most finals. Not any final. There will be better goals that are seen, but it's not bad, is it? Oh, I take it back. It's magnificent. Look at the bend on that. What a strike from Jeffrey Atwell. A first Welders goal. It's 1-0. And we just need to demand more, apparently. The work to do here defensively. Tommy Martin gets it clear. Armstrong should get to that. He's got McKay out there on the left. We're streaming forward. He finds McKay. Can McKay beat his man? He goes a penalty. It's a silly tackle. He lured him into it, didn't he? Just lured him in, Jack Grealish-esque. And then moved the ball past him. Drew the foul. Picasso's on the penalty spot. And can we get a second goal in quick succession? Yes, we can. Picasso gets it past Jitter. And it is 2-0. And the County Antrim Shield isn't coming home. I think we've only won it once before, haven't we? We've never really taken it that seriously at all. But I think what we do have this year is some of the younger players that we signed a lot of younger players. We spent quite a bit of money this past summer on younger players. So the team of future prospects is actually quite strong now. And that's probably allowed us to get this far. Here we go again. Picasso rolls it in the back of the net. It's a wonderful little ball there from Scully, who's turning into a real all-rounder despite what his attributes say. He's just fitting in nicely for us on that right-hand side. But that is 3-0 now. We have exploded late in this first half. And that should be the Antrim Shield coming home. Nice, wasn't that a nice little ball from Scully? Picasso doing what he does. He's a really good finisher, Picasso, isn't he? Yeah, we have had some bids come in for him. I think China's interested in him. Again, he's one of those guys. I'm not against selling him, but equally, he is getting the job done for us. So, what do you want to say to this? We'll say don't get complacent. Zanetti is no longer complacent, so that's good. Miss Kelly's not having his greatest game in there. Come on, mate. We can get a little bit more from you, please. And Martin McKay also not having the greatest game. But everybody else there will just fist pump and say we have faith. And Yeah, we might even look to get Jacob Gill on the field in this second half. I was tempted to start him, but I just kind of want to ease him into things. You know, I don't want to expect too much too early from him. We do have a slight overload of strikers now, because if you remember back to the summer, well, A, we didn't know that Gill was going to get a work permit. We'll bring him on now for Picasso. Yeah, we didn't know that he was going to get a work permit, so we couldn't really rely on that. Now, once he went to the Bundesliga, it was kind of a formality at that point that we were going to be able to get him a work permit, but obviously at the time in the summer, there was no guarantee that we were going to be able to get him a loan to a team in a bigger league like that. Cross comes in, headed away. And then, of course, the option, I suppose, to sign Mick Menace came in for 125k. And now, before his broken ankle, he was potentially a 5-star player. So, oh, here's another ball for Atwell. McKay, oh, he's tried to pass it in the back of the net. He's given Jitter a chance. And, well, we know from when we had Jitter, he is a good shot stopper. If you give him a chance, he will generally take it. Or stop it, I guess, as the case may be for a goalkeeper. Chance now. Oh, Hill's got himself sent off, has he? No. Well, he must have been walking a very, very tight rope there. We'll tell him to focus. There's no one on the bench we particularly want or need to give game time to. With 5 minutes to play, you can't see him coming back from 3-0, can you? McKay with a chance. Cross in. Back post. It's all good defending. And it's cleared away. Can we give them one last praise? Can we wrap up the cup final with another goal? They've gone to a 3-4-3 formation. It's too late. You should have gone more attacking more early. Atwell to Miss Kelly. Hill has got half a Tillysman Park to himself out there. Can he pull a nice ball back? Can we get Gill a goal? Can we get somebody else a goal? McKay will retrieve. Not the best pass. Ellis in space. Can Ellis whip a cross in? He goes short for Atwell. Back to Ellis. He's got space in front of him. And he just kind of panics and passes the ball to no one, and now we're in a little bit of trouble. Martin, you should probably go across, mate. And that's a disappointing way to end the final, isn't it? It's that basically the last kick of the game. And yeah, we've all out of shape, aren't we? Martin has got to go across and leave that man for Hill. But anyway, we'll have a word. It's terrible defending, isn't it? What is he doing? But it didn't matter. There it is. I do miss William McQuaid leading the team up with Cargbo behind him, literally twice his size. But Tommy Martin will do the honours today. And, well, it was a comprehensive performance, wasn't it? They got a consolation goal at the end, which is a little bit of a shame. But in front of a sellout, or a sold-out even, Tillysman Park. Well, they're probably sellouts as well, aren't they? They only show up for the big games. There it is. We have won the County Antrim Cup, apparently, because that's what we're lifting. But congratulations to the boys. They've earned that today. So, another trophy in the cabinet. It is, it wasn't a great game, was it? Let's be honest. We got our goals in the first half and then kind of hung on. Congratulations, though. It's still a trophy. So, the Antrim Shield is back at Tillysman Park. I'll tell you what, there's quite a bit of cash in it now, isn't there, by our league standards? And so there we go. I think it is only the second time we've won it. So, you know, very, very happy with that. It's always nice to win something, isn't it? Zanetti is being looked at to go to Real Sporting. Is that... Oh, Dijon. Well, surely he's not going to go there. But anyway, guys, wait right there. We'll be back to face Coleraine in the league and see if we can take a big step towards this, well, it would be a 4th consecutive league title. Is it 5th? It's a few anyway. Okay, welcome back. We're about to face Coleraine, but we have a problem. Manchester United have decided they'd like Anthony Armstrong. It's actually the second bid that they've come in with. The first time I rejected it was a lesser bid, obviously. And he kicked off. He wasn't happy, but William McQuaid, our little firefighter, went and basically put out that fire for us, so he was happy to stay. But a second bid, he hasn't kicked off as of yet about this one. Hopefully, I mean, why would you do Manchester United for Welders? Hopefully he does that, though. I mean, he's a local boy, isn't he? He came through. Is he from Belfast? Let's have a quick look here. Where are we? We want information. His place of birth, well, not quite. I don't know where that is in Northern Ireland. But anyway, let's hope he stays loyal to us, shall we? But yeah, that's a big club coming calling, isn't it? Surely, if he wants to go, we're going to have a trouble taking that away from him. But anyway, let's have a look and see what we're doing here against Coleraine. We're expecting a 5-3-2 formation from them. A few names I recognise already in that lineup, it looks like. And let's see the team we're sending out. It is Zanetti in goal. It's Ellis, Kidd, Martin, and Hill. No, Martin's got a head workload. So let's give the youngster Vogler a game. Where are you, Vogues? There he is. So let's do that. I don't want too many heavy workloads because we know that they both have a heavy workload. All right. So let's get Potoknik in for him then. And I probably should have checked this before I started, shouldn't I? So there we go. Okay, let's start this again. Ellis, Potoknik, Vogler, and Hill will be the back four. Resnicek, his comeback from injury will continue next to Miss Kelly in midfield. Scully, Armstrong, and McKay. McDade for the league goes back in up top. And, well, let's see what we can do here. So we can see the team sheets there. Curtis Coyle, who we had in our defence, was as recently as last season. Glenn Murray, who's been in our midfield. Is that the Gournay we had? There is a few Gournays kicking around, but a couple of... Cousin Scott is on the bench for them as well. But let's see, what do we say to this? You've been on a good run lately. Just go out there and impress me. Vogler's looking nervous. He's not aggressive. Is that a problem? Let's hope not. We've motivated Potoknik, so that's something. And, well, let's get out there. Alright, it's a different Gournay. I did check, and what I didn't do is we didn't change our marking assignments to wingback, so we'll have to do that straight away. Okay, so that is done. We do have Napoleon on the bench. He's beginning his comeback from his injury, which is a good player to have back, obviously. And, yeah, well, we'll just see how far we can go here. Now, Martin is happy with his playing time again. You may remember, I think I mentioned that he was unhappy with that. You would have noticed at the start of the episode anyway in the dynamic screen. So he's happy with that now. Ellis is in a similar situation. That's why we're playing him more often than we're not. And there was another player who I said I would... Oh, I think it was Armstrong himself that wasn't happy with his playing time. So we'll just make sure we play him until he is happy again. Those sorts of players that are clearly first team or first choice players for us, basically they get unhappy because I rotate them and try and save them for the bigger games. So once they are unhappy, it's not a problem. We can just play them. It's not like they're players we don't want to keep. It's yeah, it's just a matter of not resting them as often. And it is an own goal, is it? It was Armstrong that was there. It is an own goal. It's a harsh one on Kieran Wilson because if he hadn't been there, Armstrong had a tap in. Either way, though, it's going to be a goal. Let's have another look at it and see if there was any other option for him. Look at Armstrong coming in from deep late on. Ball comes in. Wilson actually did the right thing. He covered in beautifully. There's not much he can do there. Good ball in from McKay and Armstrong. He gave the defender a choice. Would you like to score or can I do it? Linfield with a 3-0 lead over Glenavon, and Larne have the lead as well. But we've already seen Larne have... well, they've dropped away, haven't they? Which is sad for the league. It would have been nice. Oh, it's a header from Kian Scully for a 12th of the season. And it sneaks in that far post. And it's 2-0. And, well, they haven't been classic goals, have they? A scrappy own goal and a set piece. But good header from Scully back across the goalkeeper. And, well, it doesn't matter if it was offside because it wasn't given. And let's give them some praise. And see if we can go on with this now. Armstrong with another free kick. It's another good one. That one is headed away, though. Resnicek is there. Does enough to make sure that we keep possession as a team, even if he didn't manage it. And it will be good to see Resnicek if he can get back up to full match sharpness. A good ball there for McKay to run onto. And it is Kian Scully sliding in with a second. A 13th of the season. Even a 50th goal for the Welders as well. Not bad for a low-knee winger, is it? 50 goals. And... well, we're cooking now, aren't we? Took us a little bit of time to get going in this one. It's such a shame. Look at the crowd. I've been trying to do... let me know if you guys have had any success with this. I mean, it's difficult for us to do during the season too often because we just have the hectic, especially in Europe, the hectic fixtures. Doing community outreach. Have you guys found that has helped you get crowds in? Because I've been trying to do it. And, I mean, our crowds are going up a little bit. So maybe... it is working, but it just feels a little bit... maybe I'm just being impatient. You know, we're in Belfast. It's not as... you know, there's enough population there to fill out Tillysman Park, you would have thought. It's not like Bala Town last FM where, you know, you kind of think, well, fair enough, Bala is probably has a smaller population than the stadium capacity did, so you can kind of understand that. But you would have thought that the Welders would be able to attract a bit of a bigger crowd, given that, you know, they are in the capital city of Northern Ireland. I actually don't know what the population of Belfast is. It must be at least 500,000, though, wouldn't it? As a shot over the bar there from the Coleraine striker. We'll give them a focus. We're looking a little bit complacent, which isn't great. And what we might look to do after this is ball in, headed away. We might look to give Gill a game as the number 10. We'll try and now that Armstrong has his start, protect him a little. Oh, Resnicek has gone very aggressively in. And you just get the feeling that this game is drifting past us a little bit. So let's put Gill on out there for him. And I want to keep experimenting with him as a shadow striker. See if that works with McDade playing as an advanced forward. As I say, it did kind of work with Picasso. The other thing I want to do, actually, and McDade's not having a good day, so we'll take him off. We want to give McCracken as much game time as we can. And we'll give them some praise. The second half has just kind of fizzled out. You'd even go as far as to say we've been disappointing. Miss Kelly has a pulled groin. Hopefully that's not too serious. But there we go. There we go. Not a great second half again. So 2 goals, 2 games with a 3... Well, it was 3-1 in the end, wasn't it? McDade was poor in that one. So we'll tell him that. We don't need him starting to get lazy, which is exactly what he is. But again, we go through the motions. And again, we're more than comfortable enough with a 3-0 win. Linfield and Larne have both won as well. But you can see the difference there between... I mean, it's the top 3 and then everybody else has a negative goal difference, which is almost depressing. There was a comment, ages ago now, and I've been meaning to mention it, and I keep forgetting, and so I apologise, I forget who it was that asked. But there are still no other fully professional teams in the league, just the 3 of us. So that would go some way to explaining the gap in the table, but yeah, you'd like to think it would get a little bit closer if some of them could go professional, and with that extra spot in Europe, maybe there'll be some money there for somebody at some point. But the issue that we're having, and how long's the episode going for? I'll show you what I mean. But the issue we're having with so many teams in Europe now, with the extra 2 or 3 teams, is you can see our coefficient as a league is, which one are we? We're 10th here. Yeah, it's dropping down. It's only 3.5. Because the way it works is, I think it's all the teams' coefficient points they earn divided by how many teams are in Europe. So our coefficient points are basically being spread more liberally, and so we're struggling a little bit to keep up the pace. So reminder, we cannot drop any lower down than 10th if we want to keep our automatic spot in the Champions League group stage. So we have 33.3, and you can see there's Denmark, Austria, and Turkey behind us that are in the 32, so within a point or so, a coefficient point or so. So and there's a big gap going up above us, and we're defending, one of the better seasons that Northern Ireland has had. So we're in big danger of losing our automatic spot in Europe, in the Champions League group stage, I should say. So the rest of the league needs to pick their act up, or we need to win something, basically. But anyway, guys, that'll do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And we'll be back next time, speaking of Europe, to get Europe underway again. It'll be the League Cup final against Larne, and then it will be we're hosting Marseille in the first leg. We beat them in the first knockout round last season. Can we do it again this season? We'll go take a step towards that next episode. Take care.